Crypto noobs. Driving as usual. I love driving. Going to Florida next week with my son. We're going to have a good time going to Orlando. I read an article this morning, and I already knew this, but there's about $900 trillion in liquid assets in the world. Not liquid, but assets in the world. And Bitcoin represents about 0.15% of those assets, $60,000. If Bitcoin were to get to 1% of those assets, it would put the price around $450,000. And Michael Saylor seems to think that we're going to capture 5 to 10% of those assets over the next 20 years. Even 5% of those assets would give us a $400 to a $2 million asset in the next few years. Bitcoin, $2 million. So for those of you who are still sitting on the fence, waiting to buy Bitcoin, you got scared the other day when Bitcoin price went down, and I bought at the dip, well, almost at the dip. Keep adding. You guys, you can buy pieces of Bitcoin. You can buy $100 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to 5 to 10x in the next 2 years. So if you can think of a way to 5 to 10x your money in the next 5 years, do that instead. But the dollar, they're going to start printing the dollar away here shortly. The Fed, Jay Powell's an idiot. He's going to reduce the interest rates probably in September. I'm going to say 0.75%. That's a gigantic interest rate reduction. Going to provide liquidity to the markets, going to spur businesses. People are going to spend more money. Inflation's going to increase, and people are going to start buying. They're going to start buying more Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be over 100,000 by the end of this year. So that means if you bought Bitcoin today, or you bought a piece of Bitcoin today, you'd be up what, 50, 60% by the end of the year on your money. So if you want to make 60% interest in the next 3 months on your money, you buy Bitcoin, buy a piece of it. Or you buy IBIT, the ETF, or the Fidelity ETF, or you buy MicroStrategy stock. MicroStrategy split their stock 10 to 1 August 8th. You can get a share of MicroStrategy for $150 right now, or $140. You could buy MicroStrategy stock. So anyone who's interested in getting a piece of Bitcoin, buy the ETFs. There were no outflows of the ETFs the other day when the market crashed. None of the ETFs sold. So while the retail investors who were leverage trading, which I told you guys not to leverage trade, they were getting called out and losing their Bitcoin, the corporations were buying them up. Nation states are talking about adding Bitcoin to their treasuries. If that happens, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million overnight. Not because there's so much buying going on, but because of the perception, right? People are going to FOMO in. You do not want to miss this. This is going to be one of the greatest wealth generations in the history of the world. You are part of it. You can be part of it. All it requires is for you to get yourself a cold storage wallet, read a little bit about Bitcoin, and buy some Bitcoin. If you don't understand Bitcoin, buy the book, The Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous. It's a great book. It's a fast-reading book. You can go online on YouTube. I think there's actually an online version. Listen to it on your way to work. You have to learn about Bitcoin to appreciate what Bitcoin really is. So, read the Bitcoin Standard. Buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin ETF. Buy MicroStrategy stock. I don't know what else to say about that. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Buy Bitcoin. Crypto noobs. I'm out.